What's up, everyone? What's up, Deb? Hello, back to NYC. So I'm coming up to New York on for the AES convention on the I forget what day. What's up, Chris? I'll tell you, I'm going to be in New York on the 19th of next month, and Glenn, Hannah, Derek. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to AES before. I've always wanted to go. I love gear. I love, I don't know. I don't know what to expect there, but it ought to be interesting. So yeah, so that's cool. I haven't been to New York in since last when was it? November of last year. It's been about a year. Been about a year. Yeah, so you get to see all the new stuff coming out. That's gonna be fun. I mean, I've only I have tons of friends that have been to it, but I've never gone, and I'm really looking forward to it. Felipe, let's see. Is the Beato book also for beginners in music theory? Well, it starts out at the beginning. It starts out at the beginning with how to name intervals. Ronald, is there a specific topic today? Well, usually most of the people will set the agenda if there's things you want me to talk about. I won't say I'm shocked, but the response to my chain smokers video was pretty hilarious. I was talking to some of my producer friends, and they don't get it. I mean, they get the video, but they don't get why people are all in a huff about that. But I guess that people are people are snobs. So I think it's a lot of people that don't want to change and get with the fact that we're in 2018. There's plenty of things I don't like, but I use them, like autotune, for example. Autotune is really no different than autotune is no different than using a flanger, really. And I've been using autotune for years. I don't think people realize what I did for a living and the kind of music that I've done. Do I use drum samples? Of course. I mean, I've done plenty of things without drum samples, but of course I've used drum samples. I've used autotune, drum samples, Melodyne, everything you can think, which is why I wanted to get out of it, because I didn't want to do that anymore. That doesn't mean that I don't appreciate things that are done well, because I do. Glenn, what is your position on physical contact with strangers? Well, most people don't come up and hug me, but I got no problem with handshakes. I had some guy, just some weird dude that just sent me a bizarre Facebook and Instagram message. Some guy that had some Grammy. He must have stolen it from somebody, but he was pretty bent out of shape about stuff that he got. He messaged me, and I said he asked me why I don't play out, or why I'm not out playing, and blah blah blah. And I said something about the music business. I was like, dude, it's 2018, not 1998. And then he just sent me this profanity, laden message with some Grammy things that he got telling me to suck it, and it was pretty hilarious. So I wrote him back and told him that I was going to forward it to the people at Naris. Yeah, I know, even 98 wasn't good. Talk about triad pairs. 98 was the beginning of the end. I know that was when my bands came out. Triad pairs. It's interesting. One of my buddies made a video on triad pairs the other day. So, everybody know what triad pairs are? Triad pairs are where you use pairs of triads that come from particular scales that go over chords. So, what is it here? What was triads did you say here? Let's see here. Oh, B flat and F. Oh, A flat and B flat over F minor. Okay, so triad pairs. If you take a scale, let's say you take F Dorian. Okay. Okay. In that scale, you have an A flat major triad and a B flat major triad. That's in the scale. So if I play, so here's a. You also have E flat majors in the scale too. So those will go. So those are triad pairs. If I'm going between B flat and A flat. So here's B flat, A flat. It's really, really cool sound. I use them all the time. A lot of people use them. Larry Carlton, jazz players use them all the time. So you got A flat, and E flat, and E flat major. You can use add nines. You can use. To hear it over the chord. It's like I'm alternating. I am, Derek. I'm alternating arpeggios. Bring the freeze out. Exactly. I don't have the freeze right here. But, that's kind of using two of the arpeggios. I'm using like a... It's nice when you add an extra note to the triad. If I had an extra note to the B flat, if I had the E flat... Or if I add a D to the A flat. Love that sound. Right? There you go. Those are triad pairs. They work great on dominant chords. They work on any kind of chord. On a dominant chord, if you have a C7 chord altered, you got two triads that work great. The triad built on the flat 6, A flat, and on the tritone. So tritone and the flat 6. It's a great sound. You can see it right there. It's part of the chord. Right there. But you can do triad pairs. They don't have to be a whole step apart. They can be a minor third apart. You can do triad pairs out of the let's say you've got a A7 flat 9 chord. I used that open string this time, or an E7 flat. I do A7 flat 9. So my triad pairs, I could use C and D flat, or C and E flat. So here's my C. Okay, that would be a triad pair. Another triad, I mean, you can have triad pairs like this that are minor chords. Let's say you got F7. So I'm using D minor and C minor. Right, so it's very, very cool sound. Those triad pairs too, how would you change this for a harmonic or melodic minor? You can take any, the melodic minor, the altered dominant one that I did on C, those two are from melodic minor actually. You can take any two triads that are in the scale. So if you open up my book and you were to, I'm trying to think of what page it would be on. Looking to see if I have my book here, because where it has the triads in the book, you can use any of the triads that go over any of the chords in there. Yes, you can use sus triads, you can use Phrygian triads, absolutely, Derek. So you can do Linnean triads. So if I'm playing over a minor 7 chord, so I've got, it's great sounds. You kind of have to have the chord behind it to really hear it, because it doesn't necessarily describe the chord. You're describing another chord. But you can use any of the triads that you find in any of these keys, and you can use 7th chord pairs as well. You can use If you have C altered once again, I can use C sharp minor, and I can use F sharp major. G7 and F, you can use, yeah, you can use if you're on a C7. That's not really necessarily great. No, I mean, would be like a, for a G7 chord. Yeah, that works great, right? So, there's my F. I did G7. I'm kind of combining them. There's F major. Here's G7. Right? That's a cool sound. I love that. So G7, right? G dominant. And then F major. Cool. You're so glad you put the quarter in the triad pair slot. I love talking about those. I always forget about them, though. Forget about talking about them. I mean, I'm always using little bits of them, though. If I have C13, if I, A13 flat 9. There's a triad, F sharp minor, for example, or F sharp minor. So I'm using a couple different. I've got that shape right there. I've got the flat 9 and then the F sharp minor triad. So there's. It's easier to hear it with the underlying key audible. Exactly. Yeah. Depends. If you play certain, you know. So I'm doing, no. What else? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So this would be out of the diminished scale. I'm using 4 triads here. Try F sharp major, C major, E flat major, and then A major, C major, G flat major, A major, then E flat major. So. That's hard to play. There we go. Autofocus, I just won't look down. It's when I look down that the autofocus thing goes crazy, right? That's the 4 triads that are in the diminished scale. That lick has all 4 of them. They're all minor third apart. It's cool. So do a video, triad pair video, okay. I like that. I can totally do that. What is a chord scale? Chordal scale. Same thing, Frank. Chord scale is just a scale that goes over a particular chord. Any kind of chord can have a number of scales. If you have a minor 7th chord, if you're talking about modes of the major scale, any minor 7th chord can have 3 different scales that go with it, based on the 2nd, 3rd, and 6th mode, because those are the 3 minor modes: the 2 chord, the 3 chord, and the 6 chord, right? So if I have E minor 7, that chord is the 2 chord of D major, it's the 3 chord of C major, and it's the 6 chord of G major. So I can play Dorian, Phrygian, or Aeolian on the chord. Those are chord scales, but any E minor 7th chord, you can also play, that would be a melodic minor scale I just played over that. I played a minor major 7 chord. So that's a chord scale. If you look at my book, Frank, if you have my book, go in where I say chords and chord families, and that's basically what that is. It is. I demonstrate all the different scales that you can play. I mean, you can play any type of minor 7th mode. I mean, that includes, Dorian flat 2 or Phrygian major, even though Phrygian majors are really for dominant chords. But, melodic minor, harmonic minor, just all the standard stuff that you would play. Anything that says, like Dorian sharp 4 is a scale you can play on half diminished or on minor 7th chords if you want. I mean, it really depends. I mean, I like to use Phrygian on dominant chords, right? I always demonstrate that. That lick is a very, That's a great sound, right? It's a... So I'm using a minor sound on a dominant 7th sus4. It's really not a dominant 7th sus4. I mean, this could be a minor 7, right? It could be a minor 11. Great sound. Rolls nicely off the index and middle fingers. It does. That's hard. Ah. Love that sound. So you don't even have to use minor modes over minor chords. You can use minor modes over dominant chords. I like that sound though. I love that Phrygian over dominant. Most people don't play it. You know, if you look at a tune like Spain, Chikria, right? So you got, and then you got, so you can really play G major, what did I play? Yeah. So that actually works. That's a great tune that Phrygian sound works on because it gives it a, you know, kind of a gypsy feel, which I think is cool. That's a I should make a video about that actually. Do I know any New York City guitar instructors? Really good jazz players, advances played since '91. Do I know any good New York City jazz instructors? Let me think about that, Deb. Let me think about that. I'm sure I do. Let me talk to a couple of my friends and see. Yeah, I'm sure that I do. I'm sure. I'll let you know. Email me at rickbeato1@gmail.com, and I'll ask around. Jason, yes, please. Was that to the using Phrygian on dominant chords? Because I think that would be a really interesting video. I like this guitar a lot. Cool. This guitar is very fun to play. This is probably my most fun guitar, and I just had this Herb Ellis guitar refretted. This other guitar, I'm going to show it to you. I've had it, and I got it. You know, I haven't even tried it since I got the refret back. So I now have two. I finally have a jazz guitar. I actually have two jazz guitars, and so this is the Herb Ellis. I got this used. It's from '79 or so. Kind of cool looking, right? Got some dead strings on it. Let me tune her up. Here we go. I've got my little tuner here. Is it dead? Ah. Where's Dylan? Here, I use this one. What's up, Peter? It's my new jazz guitar, Peter. I got it, it's actually not new, I've had it, but it's needed a refret bad, and I just had my buddy Dave do it. He gave it back to me last week. It's the first time I'm plugging it in right now. This is when they were making them in Japan, and you Pat will be jealous. And they and they copied Gibson perfectly, and they got sued for it. Ooh, I like it. This is great. I think turn down the tone a little bit. I like this guitar a lot. This is great. My tech is Dave Honorato, who's been in some of my videos. He's been in my videos with Rhett. Man, really, really. That's the first time that I've tried to play it, so it's cool. How's the ear training course coming? It's getting there. It's, we're working on it every day, Aaron and I. So, we're trying to get it done by October 1st, but that's probably not going to happen since October 1st is a few days away. What day is today? Let's see. That ain't going to happen. 26th, it's not going to be done in 5 days, but we're working hard on it. So I have my trip to Germany next week. So actually, I'll be here this week for this next week, but the week after I'll be broadcasting from Germany. But I leave a week from Saturday. So I'm practicing up for that. Apparently they want us to do some playing and stuff. I don't play very often, and I'm not even bringing a guitar with me. So we're going to be in a guitar factory over at Warwick. I want to see if maybe they'll hook me up with a Warwick bass or something, or a discount on one. I've always wanted one. They make great electric basses. Derek, I was not able to hook anything up with Iden, at least not yet. Not yet. Did I pick a topic? I did pick a topic. It's about, it's called, I'm looking it up right now. I think maybe it's called Human Feel in a Digital World, something like that. I'll have to think of it. I went through a few different topic titles, and the guy Ove, I think his name is Ove. He's the one that I can't remember which one he said. I was doing it while I was eating lunch the other day. I shot him about 5 different possible titles. So, so one of them will be a live stream. One of the talks will be a live stream that I'll broadcast here on this channel, or here on the main channel. I will broadcast at 2:00 on Friday the 12th of next month. So, Is there going to be? Yes, a bunch of YouTube crossover videos. There's absolutely going to be. I'll be there. Adam Neely will be there. Um, Pete Thorne, Dave Walleman, people that I've, I mean, Adam, I know, and I've done videos with him. Dave Walleman, I've spoken to on the phone. Pete Thorne, we've emailed back and forth, but I've never met him. It's going to be really fun, I think. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about my my trip to Leipzig. I need to find a guide, which I think I'll find once I'm there. Somebody that lives in Leipzig. But it'll be interesting to be around other people that make YouTube videos. Silicon and Soul. There you go. I like that. Horace 2369. I like it. Silicon and Soul. That's actually a better title. You recently moved your volume pedal into the effects loop, thanks to Pete. Interesting. I'll tell you some stuff that I put into my effects loop, like my EP boost is great in the effects loop, so that it hits the output tubes. Would Chris Hansen be there? Chris Hansen. I'm not sure who that is, Peter. It's not the guy that does Dateline, is it? Silicon and Soul, though. That is great. That is great. Peter, I want to hit me up later on if you're around this evening. I want to ask you a couple things. Spitfire, that Chris. Oh yeah, Christian. Yeah. When you said Chris, I don't think of him as Christian. I'm not going to be able to see him there on this one. He wasn't. He told me he wanted me to come over once they move into their new headquarters, which they're not going to do until November. So, and I probably won't be able to do it in November. But I'm not sure when I'll be able to do it. I'd like to combine it with multiple things, doing some videos with other people, going to a couple studios, like obviously Abbey Road is one of them, and going to Spitfire to their new headquarters. So those are things I definitely want to do while I'm there, and so it's going to have to be a dedicated trip to do it. I did get one of their new. Christian sent me a download link to one of the new the studio strings. Man, these things are 200 gigabytes, 280 gigabytes to download them. It takes forever. So I'm going to download it when I, next time I'm going to be out of the studio for a couple days. But man, 280 gigs. It's a lot to download. I don't have that fast a download speed. I got pretty fast download speed, but that's a lot of information to doing these orchestral libraries. They used to send you Derek, need to get a new SSD. Just buy the hard drive. Well, they're giving them to me for free, but the download is I don't want to. I don't want to ask him for that, Peter. Anyway, so I'll probably download it. I just need to start it when I'm done for the night. I do need a dedicated T1. I can't get one of those though where I live here, is because you can't get. I have the fastest internet speed that they have here. It really is a pain. You just buy the hard drive though, Peter. It's way easier, and then you get the backup there. Do they send it to you on a drive, or is it on a not on a thumb drive? Is it? It's on a regular hard drive, USB 3 or something? AT&T does have the 1 gig fiber, but you have to live in the right spot, Glenn. Rhett's dad, you guys know Rhett. He's a top guy at AT&T Mobile, and they Rhett always tells me how bad the internet is at their house because they have to use AT&T, and I don't know if they have good AT&T right there, but that's what I have. It's the only thing that works here. So, all right, this is great. I gotta head out. I'm gonna come on live later on tonight. $75 more for the drive. I'm gonna do some research though to see if they've, I'm constantly doing research on download speeds, and I'd be curious to one of the things I want to take a poll of is to see internet speeds that people have in different places, especially people that follow my channel in Europe. I'm really curious. I almost want to do a poll on that. Because if I can get someplace that has a faster drive, Fios $85 a month, 900 megabytes per second. Well, that's in Seattle. There you go, man. It's crazy. God, I wish I had 900 megabytes per second. I get 48 megabytes per second. That's it. Terrible. All right, I'm out of here. See you guys. You're the best.